Thanks, Jason. Coming up next, we have the 450C class, and the gate is down. And I am here with our two on-track apprentices, Blake and Kira. And we'll see who has this hole shot here in just a second. That is going to be a Kawasaki up front. And that is going to be the number 67 Gas of Kerry Owings with the hole shot. Up front now is the number 69. Well, so I thought.
It's actually 59, Baylor McKellar from Luther, Oklahoma.
All right, so Baylor McKellar leading the way around here in this 450C Moto number 2. And Kira, who did we have in the first Moto?
Our top 10 from the first Moto. In first place, we had Chase Haynes. In second, we had Makai Ulrich. In third, we had Tucker Zimmerman. In fourth, we had Dondre Ruse. In fifth, we have Reed McCarthy. In sixth, Blake Lisby. Seventh, Bo Reed. Eighth, Joseph Scotto. Ninth, Dagan Strickland. And in 10th, we had Drew Embleton.
All right, so there's the rundown of the first Moto. We'll do a little bit of math here when we get everybody through the finish. Right now we are watching the number 77 and the 15 going across the Rocky Mountain. And it looks like the number 15 going to try that outside line. And it is going to pay off for him as he throws a big whip. And they are making their way around here to the finish line, and they should be getting the green flag this time around.
Looks like the 42 of Joseph Scotto isn't very far behind these leaders right here. Looks like Jake Stuckey coming in at first place on the Yamaha. Nick Durden, the number 77 on the Cowie, coming in second. And Joseph Scotto rounding out your top 3.
So where is our first Moto winner, Chase Haynes? He is sitting in 6th place there on that number 79 machine.
Now don't forget about Makai Ulrich. Yesterday he did come from middle pack all the way to get 2nd place. And he's only on a 125 in this 450cc class.
So our leader right now, the number 15, Stuckey, Jake Stuckey, he was 18th there in that Moto number 1. So coming out here firing in Moto number 2 as they make their way through the 10 Commandments. And guys, this track is getting beat up. The ground is hardening up, and you can see those square edge bumps and the ruts being formed.
Oh yeah, right now I can tell this track is beating these boys. Just like that last Moto, I feel like we're gonna have some good battles.
Not only that, for those of you out there on Racer TV, it is hot here at Loretta Lynn's, as it is every year, hot and humid just the way we like it. And these boys are going through it here in 450C. They've got about 11 minutes left as they are on lap number 2.
That sand section is really just tearing into them boys. And at the end of the day, we're really just gonna see who is the man of this track today.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Blake. Taking a look here at the scores, our 2nd place finisher there in Moto number 1, that is Ulrich. He is sitting in 8th place there on that number 83 KTM. So things have shook up here in Moto number 2. Nick Durden there got 25th there in Moto number 1. He is sitting in 2nd now on the number 77. And the 83 making his way up. That is going to be Makai Ulrich.
Putting it in 4th place. Now yesterday he was our 2nd place for the first Moto.
Yeah, so Ulrich getting back there into contention. He has been able to move up to 4th here on lap number 2. On lap number 3, I should say. 2 laps complete in this one. 10 minutes left to go. As we see the number 79 on the screen, that is Haynes.
He was our Moto winner yesterday, and it looks like he has made a pass for first place coming into the 10 Commandments with Ulrich right behind him.
Making his way through those 10 Commandments. Blake, you're exactly right, but now the number 83 going to put himself up into second place.
Looks like Haynes did have the fastest time on our second lap.
So Haynes is your Moto number 1 winner, sitting in first now. So that is going to put him in the driver's seat as far as the championship is concerned. All right, so making their way around through Storyland into the waterworks. There is the number 41 putting himself up in there. That is going to be Piran. Well, Kira, how has your week been going? Anything stuck out to you today about this moto course we got out here?
It's been going pretty well. The 250 Pro Sport was a really fun race to watch, and it's been fun to watch how the track is broken down over the last 2 days and how it just keeps getting more and more technical every day and harder for the riders.
And Kira, y'all got to be up here earlier with Kurt Busch. Tell us about how cool it is to be an on-track apprentice.
It's so awesome. We've got to meet and hang out with so many different people. Kevin Windham was up here in the booth. Malcolm Stewart's in and out all day long. We just get to meet and talk to so many different cool people, and it's a really cool experience. I highly recommend it if you're interested in eventually wanting to work in the industry or pursue a career in this industry.
Exactly, Kira. It is one of the coolest opportunities I've ever heard of. I'm very grateful for it, as that is why I'm sitting here. But back on the screen, the number 83 Ulrich is going to put himself up into that number 1 spot. He was second in Moto number 1. So if he is able to hang on to this, it'll put him in the driver's seat as far as the championship is concerned, as he goes to the inside of the 10 Commandments.
You know, we aren't really surprised at seeing Ulrich in the first place. He's been in the, 125C, and he also won that class.
And Blake, as you can tell, he is on that 125 here in the 450C class. Ulrich on that number 83, he rides for AEO Power Sports, Lynx Racing, Factory Connection, and J. Whipple MX School. He's going to be out of Arizona at 15 years of age, leading this one around through here on his 125 in the 450C class. And you know, this isn't the first time we saw somebody in the lead here in this 450C on a 125. Sometimes these guys are so young that they're not even allowed to advance up to the 450 and have to run the 125. And the number 83 Ulrich is getting it done here for Moto number 2.
And Ulrich is really showing that you do not have to have the power to push these bikes to the limits. Look at him just sending it out, sending it, coming into the Polysport pond. Looks like they've got a good lead on Piran, as in the last lap, they put an 8-second gap between them.
Yeah, Blake, and you're exactly right. You don't have to have all the power here in motocross. It is about the skill level on the bike, the endurance on the bike, and who has put in the work. The power definitely helps out, but here at this level, it's more about your racecraft and your preparation coming into this race.
Looks like just within the last lap, Ulrich has put a 2-second lead on Haynes. See if he can't make that gap a little bit wider, if Haynes can't close it up.
Yeah, Blake, we will see as they head back down the start stretch, headed toward the 10 Commandments. And the 83 KTM machine looking smooth on screen now. You see the number 41. And there comes the rest of our pack. That is going to be 4th through 6th there. And it looks like we have somebody trying to get their way up into that 4th place position. That is the number 11 of Guinness. And he is going to be able to make that pass happen there on Stuckey. So he is now in control of that 4th place position. It looks like he has a little bit of ground to make up if he wants to catch up to the number 41 of Perrin. On screen now we see the number 11, the number 42 making their way through the 10 Commandments.
Now, Jackson, if you look at our top 5, it looks like we've got Micaiah Ulrich, Chase Haynes, Emmerich Piran, Jake Stuckey, and Easton
Guinness.
Rounding out your top 5.
You have Joseph Scotto sitting there in that 6th place position. In 7th is Nick Durden. In 8th, we got Shelby Rempel. In 9th is going to be James Alexander Jr. Tucker Zimmerman rounding out that top 10. In 11th is Bodie Lander. Kerry Owings in that 12th place position. In 13th is going to be Brevin Wilson. Cameron Arthur in that 14th position. And then in 15th place, we've got Ryder Bednar there on that number 65. And we have about 4 minutes left here in this one for Moto number 2 of 450C.
Now, Jackson, you know me, I'm a big Yamaha guy, so I love seeing that there's 2 Yamahas in the top 5 right here in this 450C class.
Yeah, the number 41 of Emmerich Piran and the number 15 of Jake Stuckey there on their Yamahas. We got the Kawasaki of Chase Haynes sitting in 2nd, and the KTM of Micaiah Ulrich leading out this pack as we take the camera back to the number 11 of Easton Guinness. As they make their way across the finish line, we'll get some times in on them. It looks like there's going to be 16 seconds separating our 3rd and 4th place riders. So he'll have quite the ground to make up if he wants to advance up into this one. And there's about 2 seconds there between Micaiah Ulrich and Chase Haynes. So
they're really just holding it tight right there. Haynes is just trying to close that gap. But just like that last lap, he has got the same speed. Now, it looks like Ulrich put a 2:08.9 down in that last lap, and Haynes put down a 2.09.
So only about 0.4 seconds separating their speeds here in this one. So it is still anybody's race. One mistake, and Chase Haynes will be there to capitalize on it. Moving back to 3rd place, we're looking at about a 16-second gap between Chase Haynes and Emmerich Piran. So they are stretching this one out here in 450C. Up and over the Rocky Mountain they go. And that is the number 83. Following him is the 79 of Chase Haynes. 83 having a little bit of a bobble there. And there comes the number 79 of Haynes throwing that thing around as they enter the Polysport Pond Sand Sweeper.
Man, I can just imagine. Look at it. Ulrich hitting those whoops in that sand section. It looks like he is beating him to death. And I know this isn't his first moto today, so he could have a disadvantage against Haynes.
Yeah, we will see about the preparation in this one. We still have about 2 minutes left to go. The white flag is out on this one. So one more time around for the number 83 of Ulrich there on his KTM.
Ulrich has opened the gap up between him and Hayes just a little bit by 1 more second. So now there's a 3-second gap between our 1st and 2nd place. And now a 23-second gap between 3rd and 2nd.
Wow. So those two, that shows how fast they are going. Ulrich and Haynes on the gas here. And like you were saying, Kira, a 3-second gap. So that might be enough for Ulrich to hang on to this one if he can make it one more time around.
You know, I just love seeing this 125 and this 450C class and him leading it, because me personally, I'm a 125 guy, and it's just amazing to see that he is really showing what you can do with a 125.
Yeah, Blake, it is very impressive seeing him out here against those big 450s, getting it done. That just shows the preparation he had coming into this one. I'm sure he trains and rides with other 450. He probably knows that he is capable of doing it. Getting 2nd place there in our first moto. Like I said, this will put him in the driver's seat as far as our championship goes. This is Moto 2. We're running a 3-moto format here at Loretta Lynn's. And that will give him 3 points against his score. Up and over the Rocky Mountain he goes.
Looks like Haynes is still really pushing, just trying to close that gap. Here they come through the Polysport Pond Sand Sweeper. About to cross the finish line. One more corner for Ulrich, and he has the moto.
Our checkered flag is out, and Makai Ulrich does take the win for the second moto, the 450C class.
He was followed closely there by the number 79 of Chase Haynes, only 0.7 seconds separating them when they crossed the line. So Haynes making that last ditch effort. And we will see who is going to get the third place. Last time around, it was the number 41 of Emmerich Piran. And he is going to get third place here in Moto number 2 of 450C. And thanks for the help, guys. We will get this 450C Moto wrapped up. And we will throw things down here in just a second to Jason Wygant. And we will get back after it tomorrow. There is your top 10 on the screen. Makai Ulrich out front. Chase Haynes getting a second place here in this one. And Emmerich Piran with the third place.
And that's going to do it for our racing today. We'll have our podium and a great story brewing. Makai Ulrich has been super fast all week. Doesn't matter if he's up against 4 strokes and a 125. He is getting the job done. And he takes the gold. Chase Haynes got a moto. You got a moto win earlier. We'll get you in a second. You got time. I'm going to talk to first. Looking for the moto winner. Oh, wow. Didn't even go to the cool down area. He's strong. Just hanging out. Hey, another moto win. Let's hear it from Makai Ulrich. Bro, you are rolling. Your bike's not maybe as strong as some of the others. What's that like on the first lap and start and stuff like that?
It's a struggle. Usually we get in top 5 and we've been there, but it's still struggling.
Yeah. Man, you're ripping though. What do you put credit to be doing this well this week?
Oh, 100% my trainer, Jay Whipple. Training all summer. Make me feel good on the bike.
Cool. Who else you want to thank, Makai?
Oh, my mom, dad, AEO, ODI, 518, NLab, T-Rex, Lynx, 7, Alpine Star, 60, DBK, 100%, and everyone else, thank you.
All right, let's hear it from Makai Ulrich with the gold. Also, Carrie Owings grabbed our whole shot here in 450C. Yes, that's right, a 125 two-stroke, just won a 450C Moto. I'm looking for our Kawasaki man, Chase Haynes, who finished up in second. And Casey Owings, if you want to come around to talk whole shot award. But let's bring Chase Haynes on up and hand out the silver. There he is. And Emmerich Piran, who we talked to earlier, ended up third. Let's give out a silver to the Kawasaki man. He's been up here a couple times so far this week. Chase Haynes. Well, great job, Chase. Tell me about that moto a little bit.
Got off to like an okay start. Made my way to the front and just try to stay up there. Me and Makai battle, but he got me this one. But I'm coming with a swing next time.
Awesome. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, AO, Team Green, Fly, Adrenaline Motorsports, Maxima, and everybody else. Thank you.
All right, Chase Haynes, second place, 450C. Good job, Chase. And we got a third place rider to talk to and a whole shot award to hand out. Emmerich Piran, if you want to come up and take that third place spot. These are all three of the riders in this class we've already spoken to in the podium this week. So they are making names for themselves in the C division. Come on up. And the bronze, again, we'll hand one out to Emmerich Piran. Let's go, Eric! Yeah, Emmerich, great job. Emmerich, great job taking another podium. Same thing, man. What do you credit this great week so far to?
I'll credit that to Team Motorsport for letting me come here with a bike and give me the opportunity to qualify and everything. And then I would like to give a shout out to the Freelands and Agmans for helping me while I'm down here. I would like to say a big thanks to FXR too. They've been helping me a lot, and I really appreciate it.
Cool. Gotta feel good to be getting these podiums, doesn't it?
Of course. The track is really beat, but it's really fun though.
Oh yeah. He earned it. Let's hear it for Emmerich taking third in 450C. Great stuff. If our whole shot winners here, thank you, Emmerich, and that is Kerry Owings. There he is. One more award to hand out on a Wednesday. It's the Stasic Whole Shot Award to Kerry Owings. How'd you pull that one?
Honestly, I don't know. I just got a good jump and just stuck with it. Saw no one to my inside, so I just held it wide.
That's what it takes sometimes. Who do you want to thank?
Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe, my mom, my dad for everything they've sacrificed for me being here. Tyler Thompson from the TMA Academy, everybody from STF for helping me better myself every day. I'd like to thank O'Neill for the gear, Rise Decals, Dirt Lab Concepts for the amazing graphics, Dana Stubbs, and I recently just signed a contract with Team Sakai, so I'd like to thank them for giving me the opportunity to race for them.
All right, that's going to be cool. All right, Kerry Owings taking your Whole Shot Award. Congratulations. And that's going to...